Autoline Daily is brought to you by Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
We have major reveals coming from the Chicago Auto Show today, including the Ford Edge and the heavy-duty version of the Silverado. And looking to the Geneva Show, we get a sneak peek at the all-new Volvo S60. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind those headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Wednesday, February 10, 2010. And now the news. And here is the latest news from the Chicago Auto Show. Chevrolet unveiled the new Silverado HD today. There were only subtle changes to the exterior. Most of the effort went into upgrading the chassis and powertrain. A new Duramax 6.6-liter turbo diesel V8 is offered that's mated to an all-new Allison 6-speed automatic transmission. In order to meet emission standards, the diesel uses urea-based after-treatment fluid, which needs to be refilled every 5,000 miles. Final fuel economy numbers are not in, but as we reported earlier this week, it can run on B20 biofuel. The Ford Edge also debuted at Chicago today. It's actually a refreshed version of the Edge, but it underwent a significant refreshening. It has a very different front end with some minor modifications on the rear. But inside it has an all-new interior that is a significant improvement over the prior model. The fit and finish, the quality of the materials, and the overall design is nothing short of fantastic. The Edge will offer 3 engines, a 3-liter and 3.5-liter V6, and a 2-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine. No official word yet on the fuel economy of the 4, but it should come in at about 31 miles per gallon on the highway. That's 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Ford also claims this will be the quietest vehicle in its class, quieter than the Lexus RX or even the Audi Q5. Ford also showed an updated Shelby GT500. The revised Alpha Mustang gets a 10-horsepower bump for a grand total of 550, but the biggest news has to do with the engine itself. The GT500 still packs a supercharged 5.4-liter V8, but now it features an aluminum block which shaves 102 pounds off the curb weight. The engine also features Ford's patented plasma cylinder wall coating that eliminates the need for conventional iron or steel liners. Add it all up, and the new Shelby Mustang not only makes more power, but also gets better fuel economy, enough to sidestep the gas guzzler tax. Ford projects it'll get 15 mpgs in the city, that's 16 liters per 100 kilometers, and 23 on the open road, or roughly 10 liters per 100 clicks. Okay, now we move from the Chicago Auto Show to the one next month in Geneva, where the all-new Volvo S60 is set to debut. 4 engines are available from the start, 2 gas and 2 diesel. Later, 3 gas engines and another diesel will be added to the portfolio. 2 chassis variants are also offered. One is softer for smoother rides and the other is a sporty variant. In North America and Asia, the softer one will be standard, but in Europe, it's going to be the sporty one standard. New for the S60 is advanced stability control, which uses a sensor to identify skidding earlier. The S60 goes on sale this summer and will be built in Belgium. Volvo is targeting 90,000 sales a year, with 2/3 of that coming from North America and Europe. Coming up next, it's time for You Said It. And now it's time for some of your feedback. A lot of you responded to our move to use the power-to-weight ratio of a car as a better measure than horsepower or torque to indicate the potential performance of a car. But a lot of you protested how we were reporting it. John C. Briggs says, "You keep saying power-to-weight ratio, but you're actually calculating weight-to-power ratio." Well, yes and no, John. First off, we like the term power-to-weight because it's been used longer and trips off the tongue easier than weight to power. But what we should have done is report that we're looking at how much weight 1 horsepower has to lug around. So, for example, a ratio of 1 to 18. That is, 1 horsepower has to lug around 18 pounds is the power-to-weight ratio for most family cars. And our international viewers think we need to provide metric conversions to help them understand what we're reporting. 79-26645 writes in to say, can you put it in kilograms as well as pounds for us Europeans? And yes, 79, we can do that. So going back to my prior example, most family cars have a power-to-weight ratio of 1 to 8. That is, 1 horsepower has to lug around about 8 kilograms. And Wild Bloody Dragon wants a point of clarification. He asks, did you use horsepower at the crank for the power-to-weight ratio or at the wheel? And do we have to take the driver weight into account as well? Well, Wild Bloody Dragon, automakers use the SAE certification to rate the power of their engines, and I'm pretty sure that comes off the crank. And no, we do not use the driver weight in the car, since we use the automaker's published data on the curb weight. And since drivers can vary a lot in their weight, that figure does not include a driver or any passenger. Hey, don't forget to tune in to Autoline After Hours tomorrow when Jason Vines will join us to critique how Toyota's been handling the crisis on its hands. Jason has first-hand experience in crisis management, and we'll see what he has to say about Toyota's efforts. And that is it for today's top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.